Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be the day that I talk about prices between Germany and then the States. I'm making this specifically for people who are PCSing here, so if you have any additional questions about specific things and specific prices of things, please let me know down in the comments below. But if you are new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button. I make all kinds of different military related videos along with like lifestyle and vlogs and grocery hauls and just living overseas in general. So if you're interested, don't forget to click that subscribe button, click the like button, and let's go ahead and jump into it. So I tried to think about the best way to do this video, and this is what I came up with. I was thinking about taking y'all around and kind of filming different prices and stuff, but instead I just took pictures just because, I don't know, I just felt uncomfortable filming in a German grocery store or like in the commissary or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to film there. I don't know. So I did it, but I did take pictures of some items off post. Generally on post, the prices are somewhat similar to off post, but the big difference is that they're in dollars and obviously off post is in euros. So that is something to take into consideration, but I really wanted to focus on German prices with certain categories and stuff like that. So without going too far into it, I'll go ahead and start with my first category, which is gas or fuel for your car. I am not 100% sure what it's like in the States right now, but here I highly recommend that you get your gas on post or at an Esso station, just because the gas prices and the tax put on gas is extremely high here. So compared to on post, which is about 62 cents to like 80 cents a liter, which again, everything is in liters, but it's also in dollars, so it's a little bit confusing, but it's usually from 62 cents to 80 cents a liter on post, and then off post, it is between €1.10, like 1 and 10 euro, to about 150 euro, like 150 per liter. So in my car, it's about 60 liters because I have, I think, about a 16 gallon tank. If not, I'll put the correct calculation here. But as far as I can remember, it's about 60 liters per tank, which is about 16 gallons per tank as well. And so you have to kind of take into consideration that you're doing liters instead of gallons, but it usually comes around $40 per tank. Depending on like where I'm at in gas. Like if I'm at empty, it's closer to 40, obviously. So that is gas. Now moving on to a couple different bills. The first one I want to talk about is phones. So just to get an idea, we lived in Colorado. Jake got a new phone, but whenever he turned in his phone, we were with T-Mobile, by the way. Whenever he turned in his phone, it was like a credit towards the new phone. So technically we weren't really paying that much for his phone because technically he got it free. Obviously that's not how it goes, but that's what they tell you happens. So we were paying for basically just our plans rather than a phone and a plan. For either of us, we both had unlimited and we paid about $112 a month in Colorado. So again, with T-Mobile, they do a 50% off family plans or something. It's like, they do deals for military. So we got a pretty inexpensive, in my opinion, plan for the both of us. Obviously we'd love for it to be lower than that, but you know, whatever. So that's what we were paying in Colorado. Depending on where you're at, what plane you're on and all that, there's a lot of different factors that kind of go into this, but just giving you an idea of the differences between T-Mobile in the States and Telecom here, which is considered the T-Mobile here. Like it's under T-Mobile, but it's called Telecom. So there's 3 different plans, if I can remember correctly, and we picked unlimited for Jake's phone because he's the one that's going to be traveling to different countries and using his data a lot more often than I would be because I am not, you know, traveling for work. So we got the unlimited plan for him and a limited plan for me, and we got me a new phone, which is an iPhone 10. So is it a 10 or 11? I think it's an 11. But we got a new phone for me, so that's what we're paying off, and that's kind of why our bill is a little bit more expensive than it would be if we had 2 phones that were paid off. So what we pay every month for our 2 phone plans, which is in euro, 128.48 euro, which is about 152.60 for in US dollars. So the next thing is internet. Jake is kind of like the more techie person with that. He kind of understands like the differences in megabytes and blah, blah, blah. So I just know what we pay because I pay attention to the finances. So I'll ask Jake and I'll put it in here. We had this amount of whatever you get. And then here we have this amount. But in the States, we were paying $75.15 every month for internet, which might seem high to some people, but Jake wanted the best internet possible because he plays video games and like plays online and all that kind of stuff. And I obviously make YouTube videos and I upload YouTube videos. So we generally pick the plan that's gonna be best for us, not just kind of like the cheapest. And then here we have TKS, which came in all of our buildings. So like they come with a box that has everything like all plugged in and blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm not the tech wizard, okay? I can do some things, but the internet stuff, that's all Jake. So it came with the box and basically we just called them and they set it up for us. You pick a plan and they have it on for us. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about with internet. I just know the prices. So in the States, like I said, it was $75.15 for internet every single month. And here it is €85.98, which I'm not sure, which is this much. I'm gonna help myself while I'm editing. This is this much in comparison, which euro to dollars, you know. So we pay €85.98, which is obviously more than $75.15, but we got cable with it. So we kind of got the nicest package because, you know, Jake has to have good internet. So that's how much our internet costs. And the next thing I want to talk about before we get on to like basic groceries and things like that is insurance. So I'm not going to give any specific prices because obviously with insurance, you pick what you want covered. And specifically, I mean, auto insurance. Health insurance is, if you're under TRICARE, is no change. So with auto insurance, we are paying more than we were in Colorado, but that is because we always had one car payment. So we never wanted to have more than one car payment while we were in Colorado. So as soon as I got a new car, we paid off his car. Obviously things change with coverages, but from Colorado where we were living to here, it is cheaper. We now have 2 car payments though, so it is more expensive obviously because we have to pay for full coverage on both vehicles because they are not technically ours, you know? Again, insurance is something that is going to depend on how many cars you have, your driver's history, you know, what kind of coverages you choose to have. From what I understand, our coverages here are similar to the coverages in Colorado, and we would be paying less. So like my car I had in Colorado and I have here, and we're paying less in insurance than we would be in Colorado. So I hope that helps with that. I know that was a little bit confusing. So quickly now, I want to go ahead and go through some grocery items. I took pictures of some things, so I'm going to just go ahead and insert some kind of while I'm talking so that you can see the actual item with the prices. But from what I understand, the one thing that I feel like is dramatically different over here than it is in the States is alcohol. Here, alcohol is dirt cheap, like even at the nice stores. This is a nicer store called Edeka or Edeka or whatever the heck, because every time I say it, I feel like I say it differently, but this is one of the stores that is more expensive, kind of like higher quality items, and they still had really cheap wine, like €6 is what I spend on my favorite wine. Not even €6, it's like $5.90 something. So it's fairly cheap for a nice bottle of wine. And here is Aldi, which we have in the States, but it's originated here. So this is a pretty famous grocery store here, and their prices are unbelievably low. I have heard that at Aldi in the States it's similar, but I haven't been to Aldi in the States in like years, so I couldn't tell you. But alcohol is definitely the most significant difference that I've seen in prices. Whenever we lived in Colorado, we shopped at Whole Foods and like Natural Grocers and Trader Joe's and things like that. Obviously we still went to like Safeway and, you know, regular grocery stores and the commissary and stuff like that, but we really liked to go to Whole Foods and stuff. So we have always been spending more on groceries than the average person, I feel like. And now it's a little bit more, I would say. I feel like groceries, especially because the commissary is the commissary in the States and here, I feel like prices are fairly similar. Obviously, if y'all would like me to actually physically go to the commissary and just kind of like take, I don't think I can do this, but like, I don't know, we'll see. Take pictures of literally everything, I can try and do that. As far as I can tell, most things are fairly similar in price. One difference here, it doesn't have to do with the price necessarily, but one difference here for us is that pork is way freaking cheaper here than it is in the States, and it is more readily available in my opinion. And I feel like in the States chicken is kind of more readily available. Not that they don't have chicken, but it's a little bit more expensive, and pork is definitely more accessible here. So I hope that really helped. I can definitely add on more to this with like specific items if y'all have questions. Everything varies in price, so I can't really sit down and say that this versus this and this is the price difference kind of thing. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all have any additional questions, feel free to ask them in the comments down below, or you can DM me on Instagram. I always point the wrong way. So on Instagram, this is my Instagram handle. Add me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Feel free to DM me with any questions you have about PCSing to Germany or PCSing in general. I can try my best to answer any questions that you guys have. Again, don't forget to click that subscribe button before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!